smart ways, other smart ways to build your tribe. Okay, so let me do the 9 here. All right, other ways. So with the challenge, we've been talking about making an interest list, using the Facebook profile more effectively, getting more engagement happening on the personal profile. Great stuff. We're also talking about being active in other groups, affinity groups, right? And soon we're going to be talking about your group, starting a group, or if you've got one, making it work better. So we're going to talk about that. So lots of different things that we've been talking about during the challenge. But I've kept it fairly narrow as to the basic tribe building strategies to employ. But thinking more broadly now, let's look at a few other strategies. Now, does this mean that you should drop everything and start doing these strategies? No, you shouldn't. You don't need to. But if you've got a list of strategies and you pick one of these supplementary strategies, pick one that you like and that you can give some time to, and add that to your portfolio and do it for the next 3 to 6 months. And then you can pick another one and you add that. Before you know it, you've got a number of strategies that you're using to build your tribe that aren't about Facebook. All right, Facebook, step 1, sure, but let's move beyond Facebook. So here's the first one. Now this one's a tough gig. This one is tough, but there's at least one person in this challenge who is doing exactly this, and they're writing a book. And that's Annie, all right? So she is writing a book. It's going to be a published book. Now, I wrote a book called The Cash Cow Business Model, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. Now, I think I should write another book, and we've got Christmas coming up, so that's probably the time to do it. Now, that book was not a published book. I wasn't published by a publishing house or anything like that. It was self-published. Okay, I suppose you could say it was published, but Cash Cow Business Model was a business-oriented book. So I wrote a book, and I know how much work goes into writing them, particularly if they're kind of going to be a weighty tome. You know, it's like they're going to be 500 pages or something like that, 300 pages, 400 pages. Big job. But they don't always have to be that big. But you could write, that could be a project, could be a Christmas project. At least you get started on it. Okay? Write a book. That's one. And a book will enhance your posture. A book will boost your profile. You'll become more known. If it's anything like a significant book, you might score some interviews. You might get some media attention and publicity. But it will certainly help to increase your posture, your credibility, your authority, all of that. So a book, it's a big job. And I know that there are ghostwriters out there that will help you write a book, and they'll do a lot of the grunt work for you. If you've got the money to pay them, well, then maybe that's the way to do it. It's more time effective. Okay, so that's number one. Number 2 is write, what the heck? Can't read my own writing. Write an article and get it published. No point writing the article if you don't get it published. So get it published. Now, I know people that, I know one guy, his wife became a published writer, became a writer for the Huntington Post, right? And her articles were published at least once a month, right? And how did she do it? She just reached out. She put up a proposition to the, whatever, the editor of the Huntington, and basically said, do you like the concept? If you like the concept and you've seen some of my work, here's my portfolio. And if you like it, let's talk. So that's what she did. All right. Now, initially she did it for free. Sometimes you've got to do that. But I think she's getting paid for it now. Okay.